So this is my screencast for my Java project to build RMI cross-server application allowed to computers to communicate with each other using GUI application. So this is the design GUI, which was designed by the Group Plus and implemented by Matt. So this is the login and registration, which was coded by myself, Tiernan. So what it basically does is when you click on the login button, it takes all the details you've entered, checks if the password is in the database after taking all the accounts from the database, and then checks whether any of the if that user's there and if that password matches the one in the database, which is done in the MySQL Connect, where it gets them. So once you can, and when you're registering, it takes the user and it takes the username and sees if anyone in the database has already registered that name, and if they haven't, then it allows you to push your username and password to a database. After that, then you're taken to the main chat, which is right here. So this is what the main chat GUI looks like, and you get your list of clients here and your available chats here. You can type in here and post out. So when it came doing this, I worked on the posting out for the private messages for one-on-one for when you select the client on the side. What I did there was I allowed the user to message them, and it would only send to them. Where later on we had a problem where you couldn't send to the right. You could only send to the first person logged in for some reason. We couldn't figure it out in the end. There was a few things we were up doing till the last minute of the project, so that was one of them. And other than that, they worked on the storage of messages directly to clients. The main messaging was worked on by Poddy. He worked all of that, and the leave and create group were worked on by Matt and Poddy, I believe. I may have that mixed up a little bit. So basically what it does, I'll walk you through some of the code for private chat. So the private chat, what it does is down here it creates so when you click to post out to someone, it makes sure there's something in the text field and creates an object with the user, the area, and the clients that are in that chat. No, sorry, I'm in the wrong one. I need conversation for the one-on-one chat. So what it does is it takes the same thing as the group chat, which it makes sure that there's something in the text box, creates a client object with the user and the display conversation, which is where the window that you display your text into. It uses this card position set to make sure that you stay in the same point in the document, even if a load of messages are pointed underneath, so that you're brought back up into it. You're kept at one point and you're not being forced down with loads of messages. So after that, it creates a message string with the sender's name and the message input. The account service is taken from the account manager and uses the method send private message, and uses the object sender recipient and message as all different inputs to it. So then we get the account manager out, and I'll show you the send private message, which takes in all them parameters. So you synchronize it, and you check. You go to do your callback, and when you go do private callbacks, it synchronizes and it sets it makes a new client interface called sender, and sets the sending client that you've passed in as the sender. It then iterates through the list of active clients and checks if that person it checks if that person if the person you passed in as your receiver that you're sending to is in this list of active clients. If it's found, it breaks the loop and brings you down to the next part, where it iterates through the active client list again and checks if found was equal to true, and also it checks if the check is equal to the relevant client. So then after that, it sets your message and puts private message, because when you send a private message, it appears in the main chat of that person and no one else's. But that was another place where we had it fixed and working fully, and then later editing ran into a problem and ran into time at the end. Besides that, then it calls the display message method on this for the sender and the receive, and if if these are found as false, then the client has been offline, and it will add the message to this hash map, which is up here at the top. The hash map is called offline messages, which takes an array list of called messages for offline users, and the string, that key of the string, is the receiver. So when someone logs in, it checks their username credential against the hash map and says, okay, you either have messages, so if you do, it will, so that there is here the load, so it will check your name against the array list or the hash map keys, and if you are there, then it will display the array list of messages, and if you have no messages, then it will just simply display you have no messages since last logged out. Besides that, there were a good few things where we ran into time at the end, I don't have enough time to go through any more code, so in summary, the general framework was done by Putty, the account management by myself, the messaging in general chat rooms was by Putty, the direct messaging, pushing storage and sending was by myself, the interface design was Matt, the Java docs was done as we went, but Matt finished it and tied it up and put it all in at the end. The list of users in the chat room was Matt. The managing minor chat rooms creating, I believe, was done by Matt, removing by Putty, and the limited numbers was myself. That one was split up between us. The messaging in minor chat rooms doesn't work unless you're counting the direct chat, which would have been myself then. The minor chat room access joining when inviting doesn't work, and viewing names we couldn't test, but the joining was done by Putty, and that's it.